mistakenly think that this only occurs in low socioeconomic homes, but like I stated, building code regulations is 16 degrees, which means that almost, we are guessing, 70% of the homes in Aotearoa create mould. And the house at the top, wow, that whānau didn't want one. We went to community centres because we needed a central place. We went to areas that had high Housing New Zealand homes, and this is from a lady that owned her own home in Miramar. She didn't want a kid. She said her house was fine. Her data was somewhere worse than soon. The thing is, a lot of whānau that live in Housing New Zealand homes know how to use them, or they know how to do the best with what they can. So that does mean that they will put everyone in the lounge, keep one room. But when you're under the mistaken impression that your house is warm, it's not. So if we take a look at the data, one that says 10.7 degrees and 68%, I can tell you right now, mould is definitely growing in bed. That is a child's room because World Health Organisation recommendations for children and elderly versus adults are different. It's 18 degrees for healthy adults, 21 degrees for elderly and children. That's my garage. I was putting kits together one night at about 8 o'clock. That's me outside in the garage with the dryer on and a window open. That's the kind of difference. That's a comparative. And if it wasn't for the fact, because I called her as soon as I saw it, she wouldn't know. She would have left her boy in his room, wouldn't have moved him. So from this, that's why you see the other child's room is warm. Ko Hiria Te Rangi ahau, ko mai te prau me ngā tuwhare toa o Kuiwi, ko Hiria Te Rangi, rau ko Tākuia Te Rangi o Kumako. Hi, it's really great to be here today to talk to you about whare haura. Great. So this is my nan. This is Hiria Te Rangi. She's the matriarch of our whānau, and this is her when she was about 85 years old. She whānau me, and we grew up in the same house for the last 40 years with the rest of my cousins and my aunts and uncles. It was quite a home full of love. In 2017, in August, my grandmother died of pneumonia. This was a hard work. It was hard for us. We knew that she had had a cold, she had had it for 2 weeks, and then I get a phone call one day saying, Hiria, get to the hospital. When they got there, they did x-rays, they found that one lung was full of pneumonia, the other was half full, her kidneys had stopped working, and then, well, things took their course. During her tangi, I went back to our whare and I measured her room. At that point in time, we were still in the startup phase, well, still in the measurement and creation phase of the whole, so I knew how much of an effect did that home have on my nanny. When I did those measurements, we found, well, because you can find that external temperature with Google Weather, that the home was measuring, especially her room, was about 9 to 11 degrees overnight. The external temperature was about 7. So you can kind of figure out how much warmth that home was adding to her. When we talk about one of the 1600, every year during winter, 1,600 people die from respiratory disease. That's over and above the amount that is expected to die. This is Aotearoa. This isn't how we should be. Dr. Philippa Helen Chapman has done massive amounts of research on this. She's actually part of the World Health Organisation Committee for Healthy Homes, and she's also on the Housing New Zealand Board. We know, all of us have had experiences where you know where the cold room is, you know which corner the mould starts to grow in, which cupboard, which closet not to put your clothes in, because it starts to grow mould. Mould grows at 16 degrees and humidity of 60 and over. The majority, our building regulations, is 16 degrees. Ka pai. So what is Whare Haura doing about it? We created a charity because we need to be for the people, right? Because this problem has been known for a long, long time. but it has always been thought of as being too big. And so myself, Amber Craig and Brenda Wallace created a system because we're a bunch of nerds. This is our final prototype. If you had seen the first one, it would look like a shoebox that might catch fire. But that's what prototypes are. I think it was 2017. We were given funding from the Kaha Fund, which is TPK and MB, and ORASA kit has 4 sensors and a gateway. The gateway pushes the data that's collected from the sensors, we dashboard it and pull it together. Like this. We use a dashboard in order to collect the data so that people can make decisions based on what is happening in a room. We send them notifications. We build a progressive web app, so it's web-based. That sends them notifications. Say if you put baby to bed at 9 o'clock, it's a lovely 21 degrees. At about 10 or 11, it drops down to 16. You'll get a notification that goes, Katie's room is too cold. Please add heat or move her to the next warmest room, because we know that data, right? When we did our prototypes, we also pushed out into Strathmore as well as Puniwai. And this is where we went out to the community to test what we were doing. I have to say that our kits and our dashboard weren't that flash, but it worked. This is the difference that data can make. Because I've got to say, no amount of behaviour change from a tenant's point of view is going to stop your house from pretty much behaving like a shed. That's how our homes are built. The only difference is an internal wall and a ceiling. Whare Haora aims to be for the people. Our vision is an Aotearoa where your home does not make you sick, because this is the basis for everybody. Everybody should have this basic right to health. With our data, we know that we will be able to compare against World Health Organisation recommendations, as well as research done by Dr. Philippa, as well as research done by mental health scientists that state that damp, cold homes affect your anxiety and depression, especially long term. If you're in your room for the entirety of winter, which occurs, so it's 90% we spend our time in winter in homes. What happens to teenage boys? They spend all their time in their room for their cold damp houses on their physical health and their mental health. We can also figure out financial health, but we don't tell the whānau that because they already know, right? But it does mean that at some point in time, we can support them by referring them to organisations that are within walking distance that can help. If we know this stuff, we should be pointing them out into our communities to go, here is a housing advocate, a budget advisor, your counsellor, your doctor. You should know where these services are, and why can't it be in one place where you already look and that will send you a notification to tell you. Nationwide. So the thing about this is that if we get enough kits in enough homes, we're going to be able to tell crazy things, like the example is hospital admissions, respiratory illness during winter has a spike. We'll pick like Porirua City Hospital. You find the suburbs that are being, you find the hospital, the time and date of that spike, you go back 7 to 12 days, which is respiratory illness. That's how long it takes before you get a cold or a respiratory disease. You find what the temperature was at that point in time outside, and of course, we know the internal temperature, which means we can give a profile for how sick a family is going to be depending on what type of house they are in. There are 64,000 homes that are duplex, wood-clad, maybe insulation top and bottom. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of health budget. $6.6 billion worth. Why can't we take some of that and put it into the houses so that our people can be healthy? We can also do things like prioritise by suburb. Say, take the entirety of Auckland. We'll be able to say the suburb has got more people in it that is likely to have a respiratory illness. If you can target, then you can help. And that's me. Kia ora tātou katoa.